Hello everyone, welcome to the Redmen TV. It's 5 o'clock, it is Thursday the 21st, and it's time for some Liverpool latest transfer news. We're going to be talking about a potential wonder kid that Liverpool are keeping an eye on in the Bundesliga, a powerhouse winger in the Premier League that Liverpool will also be keeping an eye on, and a little bit of news regarding a legendary statue-worthy Liverpool player who might well be on his way out before the transfer window closes. But I just want to say thank you first and foremost to Snickers Protein, for powering the transfer latest. They've been a massive hit in the office. These bars, which are more protein, 30% less sugar. What's not to like? Yes, they are. I say they're powering the show, and they're giving you the opportunity to get questions, thoughts, feelings, and all that kind of stuff in around. Make sure you tweet us at the Redmen TV using the hashtag FanLine if you want to interact with these. I'll be taking some of those a little bit later on in the show, but we put a tweet out every single day, or you can just go directly again at the Redmen TV hashtag FanLine, and you can do a bunch of things. So you can just send in some general questions. Have you got any gripes, fears, or concerns around the transfer? Anything you just want to get off your chest? So it doesn't necessarily need to be a question. If you just want to go, I'm feeling really down in the dumps about Liverpool's transfer business, you just want to have a vent, do that. You can also send us in some little video clips as well, which we can feature in loads of ways in which you can get involved with the show. But yes, and also we're gearing up towards another deadline day live show on the Ball Street channel as well on the 1st. So yes, keep your eyes peeled for that. Yes, let's get into it then. So Liverpool, City and United are tracking Bayern teen Jamal Musiala, who I presume all footy manager fans will be aware of, or not. Is he a wonder kid on there? Because if he's not, then we shouldn't be interested, I'm sure. But yes, Jamal Musiala is yet to agree on a new contract with Bayern Munich, with Liverpool, Man City and Man United tracking the highly rated 17-year-old, says InsideFootball.com. Bayern snapped up the attacking midfielder from Chelsea's academy in 2019, and he became the youngest player to score in the Bundesliga for the club this season. 17-year-old has carved out a niche in the Bavarian squad and has made 12 appearances for the club in the ongoing Bundesliga campaign. They continue. There were suggestions that the midfielder has already agreed a new long-term contract, but that is not the case. German champions want to tie him down, but according to the German outlet Spox, two sides still some distance away from agreeing terms. He wants 5.7 million euros per season from the German champions. They don't want to pay such a high figure for a 17-year-old. He will soon celebrate his 18th birthday next month, and Bayern wants his contract sorted out by there. Liverpool, City and United are keeping close tabs. His current deal runs to the end of next season, but Premier League suitors could make a move if they don't agree the contract, and that's an interesting point on that. Liverpool will always be in the market for up-and-coming talented youngsters. Now, of course, we can't sign in under 18s from Europe because of Brexit. So he'd have to turn 18 before we could have a consideration for that. And I'm not sure, do the rules even allow that? Is there an under 21 rules? I mean, it's a nightmare. It's certainly not made easier by the fact that, Brexit and all that kind of stuff. But yeah, Liverpool will presumably do their best to keep themselves in the market for any of the next best talent. And if Bayern Munich are using a lad, but they can't tie him down, and Liverpool can steal him out, and that'll be very, very useful indeed. The one that's there, it's in the title, it's on the thumbnail, is Adama Traore, and it's quite funny to see him link with Liverpool once again. This comes from sport.es, which I think I'm right in saying are they the Real Madrid one, or is it Marca the Real Madrid one? Either way, it's one with the tight links normally to the top Spanish teams. But they're saying, and this is a wonderfully translated thing, Adama Traore is in the orbit of Bielsa. So he's been strongly linked to Leeds United, and that's where most of this comes from, saying he's looking to change his scene. And he could change the scene, in the winter transfer market, but looking for more minutes to play with a view to Euro 2021. There's obviously they're saying there's a connection there. They're also saying they're not likely to let him leave for less than 40 million euros. 24 years old, of course, raised in La Masia at Barcelona, which of course we all know. But it does say that he's one of the revelation players this season, which we all know is not true because he's not been quite as good this year. But he also interests two of the most leading clubs in the Premier League. That's Liverpool and Manchester City. You do not rule out being able to count on him in the immediate future. This feels like a stretch to me. Not one that I don't think any of us would have been unhappy with. If you'd said over the summer or at any point last season, Liverpool, Adama Traore, I think we'd have all gone, yeah, absolutely. Liverpool can change their transfer plans. They can change their tactical approach to a bunch of things. But Adama Traore, would you? Would you be interested in seeing him move to Liverpool? He would, he obviously would cost a fair amount of money. Feels like there's a point where we'd have definitely had him over Jota, but we've seen what a revelation Jota's been in this short time at the club. So yeah, is that something that you would like to see happen? Let me know in the comments. Last point before I get into your comments, get into the fan line comments, and if you want to leave any alongside the video as well, then you can do. Divock Origi. We've got some questions about him, which I'll come into, but it says here, Corriere dello Sport, which I've nailed the pronunciation of, I'm sure you'll all agree. Inter, a last-minute tip for Conte. The coach is looking for someone who can work alongside Lukaku and Lautaro. Yeah, nailed it. Hunting for a low-cost opportunity, the Origi idea resists on loan. For the Papu, there is the no of the goddess. Yeah, nailed it. That is me just literally reading verbatim from there. It's there. It's Google Translate. It's done as there, I feel. Basically what they're saying is they're looking to add some squad depth. It says the hunt at the moment focuses on a point which has physical and attacks the depth. The idea is to scan the foreign markets in search of a low-cost opportunity, then a loan until the end of the season, perhaps with a part of the salary paid. In recent weeks, Origi was proposed, who was finding very little space in Liverpool and would also be let go on a temporary basis. Remaining in Italy, there's some other options. But yeah, I mean, the Divock Origi stuff, I've said this before, no player best sums up how bereft of activity the transfer market is, like Liverpool still having Divock Origi. And I'm not to say Liverpool don't want to keep him, at least till the end of the season, because I think it would be wise just to maintain some squad depth given the current climate. But this is the time of year when there's a bunch of clubs who are struggling, who would all be looking for some goals to get them out of trouble. There must be 10 Premier League clubs who would be improved by having Origi on the books. And the fact that there's not a line of clubs beating the door down to get a guy he could score 10 goals between now and the end of the season and have a revelation of a reaction to joining a club and really turning their fortunes around. So it's a bit mad that no one's really gone for this, but maybe that Liverpool might have to go down this option. We've seen this before. Danny Ings was an example of this. Get a loan to buy, boxed off, and then you move forward from there, really. But yeah, would you let him go? We had a couple of things. We had a couple of super chats came in from Trig Josh. He said, I saw a clip earlier today with Carragher regarding the striker combination stay together for 2 to 3 seasons. Strikers, Liverpool in their late 20s. Time to start replacing ours gradually with younger world-class players. Question. And then says, I don't doubt our strikers' quality, but maybe teams have figured out their style, their combinations, their predictability, maybe chance to change it up. Our build-up is predictable too. Yeah, look, I think it feels like that at the moment, doesn't it? Because Liverpool haven't been scoring lots of goals lately, but Liverpool... and that might change by now. I'm not certain, but prior to the game today, they've built this round of fixtures and midweeks. Liverpool's still top goal scorers in the Premier League, and we still had the top goal scorer in the Premier League. So, yeah, I'm not sure. I'm not sure it's quite as bad as that, but I do agree that the front three will need freshening. But then again, Jota's been bought towards that, and Minamino, to be fair, so we'll have to see. Aiden McCrudden saying potentially Origi to Wolves in a swap plus cash deal for Traore. Wolves are looking at Origi. I think that's a very, very interesting point indeed. There's defo business to be done, isn't there? Just whether it happens or not, I don't know. Right, so we got to your fan line stuff, and yeah, as I said at the top of the show, if you want to send in fan line thoughts, fears, happy stories, anything you want to get off your chest, tweet at the Redmen TV using hashtag fanline. Josh Garbutt said, if you could swap 2 of the front 3 for an Mbappe or Haaland, would you? And if so, which 2 would you choose to let go? I think Liverpool should move one on. I think it's probably the time for Salah to move on in the summer. Not that I wouldn't be happy if we kept him, but I think he's the one who is the world star, so I think you get the most money for him. And also, I just think Mane's so good that I think it'd be foolish. He just keeps getting better and better. And then you've got Firmino, who... I think Firmino will be fine. I think you keep Firmino around because he's so talented, and I think he helps to bring other people on. But yeah, I Haaland or Mbappe. Oh yeah, which I'll take either. Yeah, absolutely. Three Vills 1 said, could this be Firmino's last season? Yeah, I guess following on from Josh's question. Honest answer, I don't think so. I genuinely don't think so. I think Firmino will stick around for at least another season. I think it would be mad to let 2 of the front 3 go. And I mean, not that he's saying that that would be. He's suggesting one of them. I think we will move on one of them in the summer, just to keep things fresh and extract the most value from the players that we've got on the books at the moment. And Hibbs 1001 saying, what should we do with Origi? I think Shaq has proven he has real value to the squad, but Origi just doesn't fit anymore. And I 100% agree with that. Unfortunately, I think Liverpool, if in a normal world, Liverpool will be getting getting a £20 million bid in January from someone, and I think we take it, and I think we go and spend that money on a centre-half. But while there's no takers for that player, Liverpool, I just don't think have the ability to commit to sorting out a problem in this window. So yeah, I think this will be Origi's last season, and I think in any normal world, he probably would have either gone in the summer or gone in the January transfer window. He will be the key to any transfer business, I feel, this window. If Origi goes, we get a good bid for him. I think we might do something between now and the end. But if we don't, I think it makes it more difficult. Right, thank you so much, everyone, for joining us for the Transfer Latest. Chris will be back tomorrow at 5 p.m. Yes, don't forget to get your fan line things in by tweeting at the Redmen TV. Don't forget, as well, that deadline day is looming, and that show will be live on the Ball Street YouTube channel. Yes, it will be there. And yeah, thank you once again to Snickers Protein. Snickers Protein for powering the Transfer Latest shows. I'll see you all soon.